can kick over to movies and I guess TV shows because some of us have watched Fallout, which we can talk about in a minute. I'm going to talk about the hot movie I've seen this week, which Matt, you saw as well, because I told you right after I watched it, you should watch it. I've been telling everybody they should watch it. One that I wanted to see when it came out in theater, but knew it'd be up in about 2 weeks, which I was right. And that is the hot Immaculate, starring Sydney Sweeney. And I went into it. I wanted to see the movie because I thought that the premise was interesting, but I also went into it thinking, okay, I've seen this type of movie many times.
Yeah.
And what I'll say about it, the reason why I enjoyed it as much as I did, and I think you're in the same camp, Matt, is it has that trope, but it doesn't go for what you normally would expect. It has a twist to it that goes in a different direction than what you would expect from this type of movie, especially considering 2 weeks later, they put out The First Omen. And I don't even have to watch that to tell you what's happening in The First Omen in comparison to this. That's why I was more excited about this one, because at least I look at The First Omen, I go, okay, well, that's going to be the birth of the Antichrist. I know what that movie is going to be. This, I don't know what direction they're going to take it. I think if anybody's ever had an argument that this girl can act, which obviously that thing's been going on in the news the last day, she showcases that she can do a really good job in this movie.
I think she's probably better suited to like these kinds of movies.
I agree. I would like to see her do another horror movie after seeing this.
Because like we talked about when Matt and I watched that other one, like she's okay. It's just she doesn't seem like she fit in.
No, this seems like it fit way more. So
but see, the way I think, the only thing is when I watched this movie, I didn't think it was a horror movie.
It's not. I didn't find it scary. The thing I'll say, and this is the reason why Dan will stay away from it, it is gory. Like way gorier than I would have. I didn't expect. Like an example I'll give is like somebody jumps off of a roof and hits the ground face first. Fine, whatever. But when they pull this person back, like you see their fucking face just kind of. And I was like, whoa! I didn't expect that. There's somebody else gets their tongue cut out. They show that.
Yeah,
like,
that's wild.
I thought because like when it was happening, they're pulling this person's tongue out and the guy's picking up the knife. I'm like, oh, they're probably not going to show. Oh no, they just showed that. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Like when it has gore, it goes for it. And I'll say too, like we won't spoil the end of the movie, but it is, I think for the unexpected, this is a movie that I did read some of the premise of it before I saw it when it came out. So I knew how it was going to end. I did not know what the twist of the movie was, but when you get to that point, if you're not expecting that, I think it will be shocking for some people because it's kind of out of left field of like, okay, this is happening. And that did just happen kind of a thing. So, but I think it's and I think the other reason why I liked how the movie ends is because they don't show that thing. And you know what I mean, Matt? Okay.
Yeah.
Like a lot of movies, especially horror movies, have this terrible, the example I always like to give is like A Quiet Place. Really, really cool movie. Like great horror movie. They show those monsters way too much. I didn't need to see them like ever. You could have shown them in the shadows and I would have been fine, but they showed way too much of that. And I think that hurts that movie. I think anytime they show what is supposed to be the scary thing too much, it hurts it. And in this case, they made an incredibly smart decision at the end of this movie not to show that.
Yeah.
You just hear it. And that's enough. So I think her performance is really good. I think the guy that plays like the head priest, not the main head priest, but the guy that's like kind of helping her as she gets there is really good too. So
yeah, I enjoy it. I don't think I found, so when I saw it, I didn't really think anyone was bad in it. I think everybody that was in it fit their role well. I think they all portrayed their role really well. I will say that I kind of knew, again, just from the name Immaculate, I kind of knew where the story was going.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say the ending was a solid way to end it because, like you said, it doesn't show, but you hear it, which is actually pretty cool because it kind of left me going like, well, what is
what are you gonna do? Yeah,
right? What's happening?
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. It's gory and like
it's a movie that doesn't need a sequel.
It really doesn't, and I really hope it doesn't either.
I do too. Yeah.
But all in all, it was good. I think Sydney Sweeney does a really good job. The only problem I really have with her is sometimes when they do close-ups of her face, she looks like a deer in headlights. And sometimes I can't get past it. Like, her eyes are, at moments, they can get so big that it just kind of doesn't
I know what you mean.
What's happening sometimes. But I mean, aside from her, I think she's overall, she's probably become one of my favorites this year as far as like someone who does. I feel like she does the best in the roles that she possibly can.
Yeah.
Like, even in that romantic comedy movie we saw, like me and Dan saw, she wasn't bad. Like, I didn't have anything really negative to say about her.
More of how that movie was written.
It was just more like the movie was just bad.
The movie
like,
has problems for sure, but I just don't think it's a genre like that she's best in.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, I think definitely give it a shot. If you're not a gore person, don't watch it, because there are like several scenes that do have like hits of gore on it, and it's just, if you're not one of those people, just don't watch it. But if you are,
I'll also say, like, when they get to the twist, like, it is ludicrous. Like, I laughed out loud when they revealed what the twist was, but I said, you know what? Like, when it happened, I laughed at first, and then I said, you know what? This is going against this trope, so I'm for it. Like, let's ride this train to the end. Let's see where it goes. Yeah.
You laughed. In my head, I thought, they're really doing this somewhere. Because you texted me that after you watch, like, somebody's probably really trying to do this somewhere. In
like,
my brain,
I can believe that.
All I could thought about is because it's, and if you watch it, you'll understand where we're going with that. In my head, that was immediately the first thing. Like, when he started breaking it down, I was like, you know what? This is way
probably
too real
somewhere in a basement. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some people in a basement trying to work this out some
dude in the back corner, chain smoking, looking over some filthy documents. Like,
for sure.
Exactly.
An empty envelope with like saliva. It's just yeah. If you, let me put it to you this way: if you end up watching this movie Immaculate and you want to write in and say something about it, please do, because you'll understand what we say if you give it.
Yeah. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It's my horror movie to beat for the year now, but I have not been able to watch it before we recorded. I know you will watch it before, but we now will be able to watch Late Night with the Devil, which I really want to see really bad. So I just got that today. So I'm looking forward to that.